Werewolves in London, such a great tune. I just walked by a scene that kind of looked a bit ominous. There's this old man just kind of staring into space. He started walking. He walked up the street, but he was just kind of standing there on the sidewalk, just staring into space with Werewolves of London cranking. And I'm like, it felt like the beginning of like a Stephen King made for TV movie or something. You know, like the first ominous sign. I've been staying away from looking at the Maui situation, because when I started hearing about it, it was like I had an idea what it was, and it sounded to me like California, and yeah, I look at the footage, and yeah, it's exactly what it is. When you see a car in a driveway, the driveway looks fine. The car is a husk. It's just the frame. And the garbage containers that were meant to probably go out for garbage day or whatever are fine a few feet away. It really takes the wild out of the wildfire, There's nothing wild about it. And also, that's not how fire works. It doesn't burn stuff that way. It's the same thing we saw like in California, same thing we saw on 7-Eleven was an inside job, where the cars are burned to husks, because what this stuff does is it's microwave, and it destroys like infrastructure. It destroys like hard stuff, like steel and metal and things like that, and pretty much leaves for the most part, unless there's stuff on it, it'll leave the plant life alone. Direct energy weapon, DEW. You can look it up. I realize talking about this kind of stuff is not going to do me any good, but actually, I doubt I doubt it would matter anyway. I'm not going to move ahead any more than I have. I'm stuck where I am, which is fine. I like it here. I want to be little. I don't want to be successful. I really don't. I don't give a shit. I'm not here to do that. But so it's frustrating when I look at these people, right? And they're talking about their experiences. These poor people that were affected by this in these terrible situations. And listen to this woman talk who was lucky enough to get away to get to the airport, and she's like, "Yeah, we had no communication. The Wi-Fi didn't work. Nothing worked. Why? Why wouldn't the Wi-Fi work? Isn't it coming from satellites, right? Isn't that what you people say? That there are satellites in space that are connecting these phones together? Fire can move quickly, sure, especially in a city. If you have like a lot of old architecture, or old buildings or whatever, flammable shit. But it has a speed to it. What sounded like happened there, it sounded like there was an explosion and then just fire everywhere. Those DEWs, they will light things on fire, but it's almost like, people have caught them on camera before. It looks just like someone with a laser pointer light, just going right on the ground, just burning stuff up. This is not a new technology. If you look at the aftermath of the Maui thing, it looks like Chicago in 1890. It looks like Boston in the 1890s. It looks like San Francisco after the earthquake in the late 1800s when they did the reset, and they reset all these western cities. They just bring this thing in, burn everything up. And now the people are all displaced. They may get some money if they had insurance, but now a tribesman can come in and take all that land in Maui. He can build his big kid trading mansion. And he's got oceanfront property for DJ WikiWhack and models to come in and trade kids. And that's that. And the frustration comes in for me. I mean, it's a personal thing. I should get over it. But when I can look at something and very clearly see exactly what's going on. And if I were to say this to people, they would be like, what the fuck are you talking about? There was a wildfire. You can't control a wildfire. That's nature. It's like, just go back to bed. Go back to bed and let fucking people that know what's going on try to sort something out. Because you're useless and you're hurting, and all you're doing is hurting us. You're not helping. You're a hindrance. You're doing the work of the people that fucking set you on fire. They very clearly fucking burned you out. Yet, people will try to defend them. No, that was an act of God. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's baby's first time with fire or something. That's not how fire works at all. I went through this whole thing when California was happening. If there's a light to go and this fucking asshole is blocking it, I bet he is. Everybody here is retarded. You know how it goes. Oh no, he didn't. Good for him. Good for him. Unless that was the whole thing. Oh, here you go. Okay, he didn't. I was yelling at him. I'm sorry, guys. Not everybody's retarded. I'm just in a bad mood. I shouldn't have woke up and looked at that thing. I don't know why I did. Because I've been putting it off because I knew what it was. I mean, I knew as soon as I started hearing things earlier in the week about, the fires. I said, I know what's going on. It's a land grab. Sometimes, people look at Katrina and the displacement of people there. They wanted people off that land. And they did. And they got them off that land. And they think like, well, that levee broke. How did it break? Same technology. But they want an area. You can't just go in and, people don't have to sell you their land. But if you fuck it all up, you burn all their shit, make them evacuate, maybe even kill them if you're lucky, how are they going to get that land back now? They can't. They'll get some kind of money if they have insurance. If they don't, they're fucked. And then, some tech guy could come in there and build this kid palace and have DJ Wiki Whack over and oceanfront property. And that's exactly what it is. And that's all it is. It's a war against humanity. It's what happened in California. They wanted to put that pipeline through those 3 families that own the land up there. The problem was there were people living on that land. So what did they do? California wildfires. Same scenario. The houses are rubble. The trees in the neighborhood are fun. Guy's house is ash. His mailbox. Mailbox is fine. You can see this in Maui too. If you look at the footage, right, that if you can look at that, right, the damage over there, how it looks now, and you think, yeah, wildfire, then go back to bed. Go back to bed because we don't need you, and you're making things worse. You're making things worse for those of us who can see what the fuck is going on. Prayers, and have to send prayers and energy to the people in Maui. Yeah, those atheist people, like, we don't need your prayers. It's like, you don't even understand what prayers are. It is that new age energy you love so much. It's the same fucking thing. The infinite rage, because I mean you can't do any, like, I fucking hate these people, but you can't do anything about it, I can't do anything about it. We're meant to endure. But what can you even say about what the people over there went through? Like, you can't, there's nothing you can say. There's nothing you can say. Some of them went to their death, or will, die years later. Not even knowing what the truth of the matter was. They'll think it was just an act of God. Why does God hate me? Why did God see fit to destroy our entire little town there? But leave all the garbage barrels. What did God mean by that? I don't know, guys. I think this is why people do drugs. You know, really. Don't blame the teacher, blame the school.